If you've spent any amount of time on YouTube, it's more than likely you've seen this sponsored ad.
Today's video is brought to you by our friends over at Established Titles.
Established Titles is a project based on a historic Scottish custom.
This official certificate making you a real lord or lady.
Like on a credit card, plane ticket, or even a dating profile.
And that means as of today, that's right, I'm officially a lord.
Established Titles has recently been sponsoring hundreds of YouTube videos, spread across several notable and well-respected channels. The ads from a surface level seem harmless, with the service offering an official Lord or Lady title through a square-foot souvenir plot of land in Scotland. Whilst this may seem like a fun and harmless gift, according to recently serviced information, it seems like there could be something more malevolent operating behind the scenes. Hi, I'm the Internet Anarchist. I create weekly YouTube documentaries, and today we'll be uncovering the truth about what has been labelled as YouTube's biggest con, aka Established Titles. Before we go ahead, I want to quickly state that I've never been affiliated with Established Titles, and that the inspiration for this video came from YouTubers Scott Shafer and Vailskibum, both creators who posted good videos on this topic and will be linked in the end cards of this video. Scams aren't particularly anything new on YouTube. They've become so common that YouTubers like CoffeeZilla have been able to make a living from exposing them. But usually when a scam pops up, there are a particular set of creators who are likely to promote them, whether that be Aiden Ross, Vailskibum, or even FaZe K, all of which who have been willing to destroy their reputation in order to promote some products. But for Established Titles, this seems to not be the case, with many of the more reputable and respected YouTubers promoting it several times. Even channels similar to mine, like Some Ordinary Gamers, Moon, and Patrick CC. So the question you're probably asking right now is, why would these reputable creators risk their reputation in order to promote a scam? But the question you should be asking is this a scam to begin with? And in order to answer that question, we'll be looking at the reasons for it being a scam, as well as the reasons against it being a scam, so that by the end of the video, you'll be able to come to the conclusion for yourself. Established Titles sponsor segments generally consist of three main talking points, and right off the bat, this is where the problem lays. Purchasing a plot of land through Established Titles is promoters legally or officially making you lord or lady, going as far as having sponsored segments and websites showing images of the titles printed upon passports and credit cards.
If you buy even as little as 1 square foot of dedicated land, you can officially change your name to Lord or Lady, like on a credit card, plane ticket, or even a dating profile.
This official certificate making you a real lord or lady. Get it on your credit card and plane tickets, etc. You can even get it on your dating profile.
And whilst promoted by creators as quote official, the laws of Scotland and Established Titles tell conflicting stories. This is Lord Lion, King of Arms of Scotland, and he is responsible for titles in Scotland. And this is his official statement when it comes to services like Established Titles. Ownership of a souvenir plot of land does not bring it the right to any description such as laird or lady. It cannot be used to describe a person who owns a small part of a larger piece of land. So already, if someone were to purchase a plot of land from Established Titles in hopes of updating their legal documents, they would be met with a disappointing surprise, as they don't legally own anything. But by going onto Established Titles' refund policy, they word the product a little differently, with it quoting, "The intention of these packs is to provide a fun novelty product for those who want to purchase something a little different for themselves, their friends, or family," which is very polarizing from the narrative in their YouTube ads, promoting it as some official certificate of ownership. So saying that it's misleading the viewer would be putting it lightly, and it's understandable for customers who purchase it for the title to feel scammed or misled by their favorite creator. But what about the other talking points? Well, both the second and third talking points revolve around their efforts and collaborations to plant trees and restore the environment around the world. And if you ask Scott Shafer, he would tell you that this part is a massive scam too.
Now, unfortunately, everything said there, from the buying of land to being given a lord title and even the planting of trees, is a complete lie.
But based on the evidence I'm about to reveal, the environmental side of Established Titles may not be as shady as it is put out to be. Scrolling down the official Established Titles website reveals that they've actually planted over 2 million trees. And by going a little further down, it also reveals the 2 charity organizations that they're working with. One of the charities being One Tree Planted, and the other being Trees for the Future. Both, if you run through Charity Navigator, will score over 90%. So whilst it would be more effective to directly donate to the charities themselves, rather than through Established Titles, it'd be difficult to argue that they aren't fulfilling their second and third talking points of planting trees and restoring the environment. Over the past couple of days, the ordeal has gained a lot of attention from the YouTube community, and there seems to be 2 very clear sides of the controversy. Side A are people who feel enraged, feel misled, and are disappointed in their favorite YouTubers for promoting something that felt dishonest. And side B are people who always saw the product as a novelty and as a gag gift to laugh at with friends, comparing it to something like buying a travel souvenir that says I love New York. So with Scott's video gaining over 250,000 views in under 24 hours, you might be wondering how the creators who promoted it might respond. And whilst not all of them have given their statements, others have cut ties and publicly apologized. On the 25th of November, Mudaha from Some Ordinary Gamers would release a video titled I Got Called Out, where in the video, he would address the drama.
Hello guys and gals, me Mudahar, and I have made an actual genuine mistake here, and I definitely do feel like ripping the band-aid off and actually apologizing and taking ownership for it is the actual smart, adult, and reasonable thing to do. Now, of course, when you're on YouTube, there's going to be mistakes you make, you're going to be called out, and unfortunately, in some cases, you are absolutely in the wrong. And this is one of those things where I genuinely do want to accept anything wrong that I've done and try to make it actually better. So what have I done wrong? Now, if you haven't noticed in the last few videos, I've taken some sponsorships that since this, I've actually went into the YouTube editor all day this morning, and I've really looked through all I've done, and I've tried to cut things out, remove any sort of branding, and call it a day. I'm simply making this video to notify you that we are cutting any ties with any sponsorships that have been called out in the last few days, simply because we feel that it's the right thing to do, or I really feel it's the right thing to do, personally.
Hours after Mudahar's video, popular YouTuber The Quartering also posted a video titled Cutting Ties with Established Titles, where he too would address it as cutting ties with them. However, unlike Some Ordinary Gamers, he didn't remove his past videos promoting it.
As a result of this video and the information that has been brought to light, at this point I'm going to pause any future ads for established titles. I don't see any purpose in ever risking any chance and there's no chance I ever want to risk our relationship, our trust. Okay, very easy to do, and so I would never, ever risk that.
Whilst it's respectable that Muda and The Quartering are taking a more direct approach in regards to the criticism, obvious that almost all of the YouTubers promoting it had no malice intent, and genuinely felt like they were promoting something positive, simply based off the fact that established titles genuinely does make efforts to contribute to environmental restoration. But this loops around to the final question: is established titles really a scam? And I hate to be that guy, but the answer is both yes and no. If you went to established titles with the intent of legally becoming a lord or lady, it would certainly feel to be a scam. However, if you went to established titles looking for a novelty gift to help the environment, it would have certainly fulfilled its purpose. This whole situation could have been avoided if it was made more clear that it was novelty and just a gag. With many of the YouTubers who promoted it using examples of changing your passport and credit card, it's very easy to understand why the viewers would believe it to be legitimate, especially if they didn't go onto the site and read the fine print. If you enjoyed the video, I'd really appreciate if you subscribed and comment below your take on the current drama.